Okay, this is my third review, so I'm in the same shirt, same everything is going on. But this book right here is a little bit different because this isn't a Batman book. This is The Blackest Night, Tales of the Corpse. This book is so good. There's really, I don't want to say there's not much to it. That's not fair to say. But this is like a gateway drug kind of book. This is like a pre-Blackest Night book. And it breaks it down for me because I'm somebody who's just getting back into comic books and getting back into the whole DC universe. So this book is really nice because it breaks down all the different lanterns that there are. I didn't know there was different lanterns. I thought there was just a green lantern, but there's not. There's a red lantern for rage. There's like an amber lantern. There's the yellow fear. Sorry, I'm getting used to this webcam. There's a green one for will. There is blue for hope, compassion, love, and then my favorite right now, the black, the death lantern. Yeah, these black lanterns are no joke. You do not want to mess with them. Their leader, who right now is like, oh man, I'm really feeling his backstory, his life. He's a necrophiliac. He's obsessed with death since he's a little kid. His first kiss was with a dead body. His family owned like a morgue, not a morgue, like a funeral home. I don't know if they owned a morgue. Something to do with a morgue, though. You know, they definitely had a funeral parlor in their house type of thing, and I think they did have the family business was a morgue. They lived right next to a cemetery. His whole life is based around death. So if his family didn't own a morgue, they worked in the morgue, whatever the case may be, but I'm pretty sure that they owned the morgue. I know that they definitely fixed the bodies before people viewed them for funerals and wakes and that type of thing. As I'm doing this, I kind of want to, see, like, I don't know, people I know don't really do this, but I'm going to do this real quick, if I can do this right, without making everybody too dizzy. Okay, now I got it. Alright, if you can see here, this is just about the red lanterns. So if you see here, up here, there's a yellow lantern who's escaped kind of like a fight with the red lantern. But this red lantern is like, hell no, you ain't escaping this fight. Even though I beat the shit out of you, I got to kill you. So he smashes his head in. And down over here, you see he smears the blood on the wall. This girl, I loved her story. She's this beautiful woman who every man in the universe desires her. But any man who knows about her, she turns them away because she says, you know, they only want me for my beauty. I only want a man who doesn't know me, who doesn't know who I am. And a guy comes, and I'm not going to tell you who because it'll kind of spoil it, and he tricks, because her mother is always trying to set her up with different people. So this guy comes and he's like, yeah, I want to date with your daughter, please, I'm a good guy. Bullshit, because he kills the mother and he takes her hostage. And I guess you're going to see who it is there. It's Sinestro. And he tries to rip her wings off, if you could see that. And she actually gets the over here you go. She gets the red lantern ring, and she becomes full of rage and she kills him. But yeah, this book is, oh man, this book is excellent. There's also like a one in here about Superboy. And I found it really interesting how, like, Superboy, according to this book, he lives. Now I'm getting used to all different Earths, Earth 1, Earth 2, this that, but where he lives, he's governed by the comic books. So whatever the comic book writers write, that affects his life. And you see him here, he's like obsessed. He's like, oh my God, when does the next issue come out? I have to find out what happens to me. And he actually goes to where the people write the comic books, and he fucking like destroys the whole office. Yeah, so this is really excellent. It also has in here like about his name is William Han. He's the leader of the Black Lanterns. It also has like a little diary that he wrote about, he's written in, throughout his life, and it's really good. It breaks down like when he was a kid, and he really had no emotions, and I don't know if that's something that necrophiliac people experience, but he doesn't feel angry. He doesn't feel, he really doesn't have any emotions. He just feels like death is a peaceful, quiet place, and that it should be welcomed. It shouldn't be feared. It shouldn't be taboo. That death should be like a celebration. He's crazy. But also in here, because in this book, it gives you like a little taste of each of the colored lanterns. To me, it helped me because it introduced them all to me. It doesn't it kind of shows you how they became that lantern color and a little bit about them. It's a very short book. I read this book maybe in about an hour, a little bit more maybe, but super quick. But yeah, I really fell in love with each lantern. Each lantern I really liked. The blue lantern in here, Hope. Excellent story. The guy's whole family dies. His kids drown in a river, and the whole time he's preaching from his world kind of Bible. And people are like, shut up with that nonsense. You don't see everything that's happening. Our planet's at war, and all the tragedy and all the stuff that he goes through. At one point he does. He's kind of like, screw this. I can't. It's just not worth it. And I don't want to spoil it, but he's not let down, and hope returns to him. It's really nice the way that they do it, though. There's I'll just give you a little piece. At one point when he's almost finished, it rains, and in the rock he sees his reflection, and he knows you have to reflect in order to be stronger. As I'm doing this review, I'm kind of looking. I want to show you a picture of the Black Lantern, because there's here it is right here. See, there is the Black Lantern. See, sometimes my camera doesn't focus too good. He's right there. And that's Batman's skull that he's holding. Yeah, it's a long story to get into that. But, yeah, this book, if you want to get into, I feel like this book made me fall in love with, Green Lantern now. Because I know there's other lanterns, and before I just thought it was Hal Jordan, and he was the Green Lantern, and I was starting to get into him, because since I've been getting into Batman, it all intertwines, the whole DC universe. So you have to kind of know about Superman and the Green Lanterns, and you kind of have to know about the whole universe to get a better grip on Batman and Batman's world. But, yeah, this book, now, this is, like I said, this is like an introduction to the Blackest Night. I forget what book. I had Googled it and Wikipedia'd it over and over again until I finally found it. Said, everything said, get this book first, and I forget the next book to get is, but, I'll do a review because, my Barnes & Noble app's been acting a little funny, but, I just finished this book, and I gotta order the next book, the continuation of this book. But yeah, this book is excellent. You don't have to know shit about anything. You can pick up this book and it introduces you into everything. Everybody knows that there's a Green Lantern. It breaks down the Green Lanterns in here, and it's just a must-have. Definitely the wow factor, even though it's really not too deep, and it's not this big mystery. Also, before I forget, there's also Kilowog. It shows like Kilowog when he was like a rookie, and the abuse he had to take, and it's really good. I can't say enough about this, even though it's just it's kind of like a pre introduction to Blackest Night, and I have a feeling after this book it's going to definitely get more in depth, more, you know, it's going to be a bigger storyline and all this stuff. But yeah, William Hand, the leader of the Blackest, of the Black, I can't think now, of the Black Lanterns. William Hand, the leader of the Black Lanterns, he's the man. Once again, I feel bad for a lot of these characters I read, but I feel really bad for him, and I really like his backstory on, you know, his whole obsession with death, and how he, you know, he's not, I don't know, it almost feels like he's not an evil guy, even though, you know, he took his family dog, killed it, stuffed it. You kind of feel like that he can't control these emotions, and that's why I feel bad for him. Almost where, you know, he can't control them, and he's tried to get help. He's, you know, sometimes people, their DNA is their DNA, their makeup is their makeup. The person who they are is who they are. That's what makes us all different. So you could always work on changing. You could always try to improve on changing, but that's a long process. When you're born a certain way, when you have certain things instilled into you, you can't just change it overnight. So anyway, yeah, Blackest Night, Tales of the Corp, excellent. You see, of course, you know, I got into this cause Batman's in here. He's a dead Batman, but he's in here. So yeah, Blackest Night, Tales of the Corp, a must-have. I feel definitely has the wow factor.